Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Valentine's Day. It's actually the day after Valentine's Day, and I said I was gonna wait till this morning and vlog, and the reason why is because my husband was nice enough to get us a hotel room last night. So I wanted to show you guys the hotel room while I'm finishing up here. I just took a shower. So we stayed at the Ironworks in Indianapolis, which is literally like 5 minutes from our house. But this is what the room looks like. And it's really cool. You can see it has like exposed brick and then like cement. And it's all this kind of like Ironworks kind of, get it? Like, anyway, and it's all like leather and stuff like that. It's very cool. Yeah, so this is where we stayed. And I love all like the leather chairs, and they brought me a fan, so I didn't have to bring a fan. And the bed was really super comfy. And then here you can see we are getting 8 to 10 inches of snow. It stopped snowing, and this is actually where I vlog. I drive down here and vlog. So that's what it looks like in Indianapolis today. And then yeah, this is what the room looks like from this side. And then this is the bathroom. I just took a shower because this bathroom is so fantastic. First of all, I love this picture of these jeans over this. But this shower, you can't see, but it has one of those huge rain things on it. And it is so strong. I don't want to turn it on because I have, because I just washed this Be Too Much sweatshirt and I don't want it to get soaked. And look, I did my hair's wet, but I put some stuff in it and I look so hot. Alex left for work this morning. I'm still finishing up packing my stuff. And then, here, I'll show you. I can have a little coffee if I want to. Now, they brought Alex a bottle of champagne and me Diet Coke. And then I brought a Red Bull. And then, let's see. And then Alex had a little bit of the Red Bull too. And then Melissa and Jason, we had dinner with them last night at Ruth Chris. And they brought us these. And these like heart-shaped box things. So, oh, and this is my keys and my phone. So anyway, that is my life. And yeah, now I'm ready to go take care of business for the rest of the day. So let's stay up here. This bed is felt. I never noticed that last. Anyway. Okay. I'm afraid it's gonna fall down. There. Alright, I'm almost done. I just thought I'd talk to you guys for just a second while I was finishing up here. Little bags that I bought like a year ago are so nice for like little overnight bags, and I got them at Kohl's. They were so cheap. Why did that one close? Doesn't matter. I'm just going out to the car. Okay. Here's my backpack that I always talk about. I don't know if I've ever shown this on here. I've literally had this for like 10 years. Yeah, I never know if it's North Face or Patagonia. And it's called the Isabella. It says it right here. And I saw Matthew McConaughey carrying it like years ago, so. I feel like I should be able to just check out from the room. Where's the remote control? I stayed up last night, you guys. Alex went to bed because he had to work this morning. And I stayed up on my iPad. Where's the remote control? Oh, there it is. And I watched 2 episodes of Hell in the Heartland. Hold on a second. I don't know why I feel like you guys have to see everything that I do. We watched Ghostbusters 1 and 2 last night, by the way. I think this is Ghostbusters 1 right here. I can't even see my captions are now on. Ugh. I hate when I can't see anything and I need my reading glasses. Oh yeah, this is the Ghostbuster one. Home. Okay. Why do I feel like there's got to be a way? I don't really want to have to check out. Oh well, I can show you guys the lobby while I'm checking out. Are you ready to go? I know I look a hot mess, but I feel pretty good because I took a shower and I used my Sol de Janeiro. My Sol de Janeiro. I feel like I should bring this Diet Coke with me, but I think the other one was it was nice of them, but it was kind of flat, honestly. Alex arranged it all so that like I got here after him. And so when I got here, the like Diet Coke and the champagne was like in the thing over there. I brought the Red Bull myself. And okay. But wasn't that so nice of him? And then I got him a pair of shoes. And we went to Ruth Chris's for dinner with Melissa and Jason. We walked across the street. We went downstairs. Well, it's like literally we're on the floor that you check where the bar is. So we went. I'll show you in just a second. And we had a drink. Well, I had a Diet Coke and he had a glass of wine. I didn't even check the room to make sure I have everything. So this is what the room looks like. The halls. It has all of this cool stuff like that looks like it would be like in a factory or something like that. See? Picture of a telephone. And then, shh, be very quiet. This is what it looks like. And that's the restaurant provision. There's a little gym. And this is what it looks like when you check in. And this is where you check in. And then this is like the bar and stuff over here. Hi. Somebody's good. Somebody's getting room service. And this is the little bar where we sat. And there you go. My car's completely covered with snow. And this is the little area, and we go to dinner here a lot. There's Sangiovese over there, which is Italian. We were right around the corner at Ruth Chris. Verde, which is an amazing Mexican restaurant. Blue Sushi is over there. And so yeah, this is where we came last night. Alex got a glass of wine and I had a Diet Coke and we sat right here and it was very romantical. And then we walked over and met Melissa and Jason. And I'm gonna check, look at these hats. Those hats are so cool, aren't they? And then that's the restaurant that goes with it. Big wine cellar over there. It's very cool. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go check out, and I am gonna be back in just a little bit. Bye. All right, I'm back. All right. How are you guys doing? It is just starting to spit snow again, and we're supposed to get another 6 to 10 inches of snow. These women right here were so nice. I was sitting at the stoplight with them, and I was talking to Tanya on the phone, And so they rolled down their window and they said, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I said, "I'm good." And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "They're just talking on the phone." To my friend. And this one was like, "Well, tell your friend that Kim and Christy said hi." And I said, "Tanya," I said, "Kim and Christy says hi." And she goes, "Tell Kim and Christy Tanya said hi." And I said, "Tanya says hi, Kim and Christy." And they said, "Okay." They were so nice. Anyway, I love when people are so friendly like that. Yeah, we're supposed to get 6 to 12 more inches of snow. And we have our literature meeting tonight. That's what I was talking to Tanya about, because she wasn't at the kennel. Got the dog settled and unpacked all my bags. And then I went and got my coffee. It's about 2 hours later, by the way. And now I'm going to the post office to mail my HOA bill. But anyway, I was talking to Tanya because I was like, "Girl, you're not at the kennel?" She's like, "I just got off the couch. I'm reading a book." I said, "You're reading a book?" She's like, "I am so lazy today." She's like, "I don't know what the weather is or what." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, I was laying downstairs," and she's reading she just finished the project. Okay, Tanya was like blown away by the project by Courtney Summers. She loved it. And at first she just was kind of like, "Yeah, it was good." And then we were talking about it and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm blown away by it." And so now she's reading St. X, because I gave her both of those books. So she said, "I'm so lazy." And she goes, I was laying on the couch," and she was like, "and I wanted my book, I wanted to read." She was like, "But St. X was upstairs and I didn't want to walk upstairs." So she was like, I just downloaded another book on the Kindle and I started it down here. I go, "Tanya," I totally relate. And she was like, "Why?" And I said, "Because I was upstairs cuddling with the dogs on the bed and I had taken my coat off and my keys were in my pocket of my coat. And so I got back downstairs and I was getting ready to leave. And I was like, oh, I don't want to walk upstairs to get my coat. So I'll just leave without my coat." And, you know you're so lazy when it's like this. And, but then I realized my keys were in the pocket of my coat and I had to go get my keys. I always keep my keys in the pocket of my jeans, though. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? I don't know. But I was like, "Girl, why aren't you working today?" And she was like, because Tanya usually takes Tuesdays off because that's our home group night. And she was like, "Well, I'm probably gonna have to work all day tomorrow." She was like, she's like thinking about giving the girls that work for her the day off tomorrow, just so she doesn't have to like wake up and then calling in because the snow is so bad. Because we're supposed to get like so much snow this evening that she's like, "I think I'm just gonna give them the day off tomorrow and then I'll go in and work instead." She's like, "That way I know I'm getting up and working." And I was like, "Well," she's like, "but it'll just be me." And I said, "Well, I can come over and help, Tanya. I always offer to come over and help, and she never takes me up on it." And I'm like, I said, "Girl, I know I don't know what I'm doing, but you can just point me in the direction and say, scoop poop up," or something like that. So, I always mean to get low ice, and I always forget to ask for low ice. I kind of want to go to Bath and Body Works. Not Bath and Body Works, what's it called? I was gonna say Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's closed. I kind of want to go to Bath and Body Works to get the candles, to get a couple candles. I have been burning candles like nobody's business because I save these candles and I never use them. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Why do you save these candles? And so we have like a bag in the garage of like 6 or 8 candles. And then I had them sitting all around this like bar sink that we have in our living room. And then the cabinet above, I have tons of, candles. And then I have all these candle waxes. And I was like, why am I saving these candles? So recently I've been like, burning a ton of them. And winter is my favorite from Bath & Body Works. Is the post office even open today? Isn't today President's Day? I have to mail this bill. Let me just tell you about our homeowners association, okay? You don't have to mail your bill. You can pay it online, but if you pay it online, they charge you $20 processing fee. Don't you think that is ridiculous? I'm like, $20 processing fee to pay for a bill online? I'm like, that is ridiculous. Our homeowners association, we were talking about this last night with Melissa and Jason. Is it open in there? I can't see. I don't think so. Is it closed? Isn't today President's Day, or is it next week? Why do I think that today is President's Day? Oh, wait. President's Day 2021. Yeah, it's today. Oh my God, an old friend of mine is texting me. He's like, oh my God, this is so funny. This is like a sober friend of mine from like years ago. And he was like, I can't be the same Peter Monn I found on YouTube. He was, oh my God, this is so funny. I thought I saw him like a year ago. Wait. He's like firing off text messages at me. God, this is so funny. It's so nice when you hear from, you know, people that you haven't talked to in a long time, you know what I mean? I wonder when the snow is going to start hitting like crazy. I'm trying to get off here, I'm sorry. It's so funny, like, when you hear from somebody that you haven't heard from, like, in years. And, here, I'll stop this. I'll be right back because this is like getting long now. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna get on a phone call and catch up sometime. It's so funny, like, when you hear from people, especially in sobriety, because like one of the first questions that always comes up is like, are you still sober? Which I always think is such a fun, I mean, like, people, like, they don't, like, they're, like, sensitive about asking it, because it's kind of a sensitive question, you know, I guess. But it's always funny to me, because it's not funny to me in that I've had friends of mine that have gone back out, but it's funny to me because I can't imagine my life, like, going back out, if that makes sense. Like, I just can't imagine it. So, but, oh, it was good hearing from him. Oh man, what a day. So, we went to the hotel yesterday. We had such a good day yesterday. We got up, we went to brunch, and then I had to run around and do a bunch of stuff so that we could go over there. And then I also went to Macy's to get a pair of jeans that I couldn't even, I thought that they looked like they fit, and then I got them to the hotel. I was gonna wear them tomorrow night. I was gonna wear them last night, and I got them to the hotel, and I put them in, and Alex goes, you're gonna wear those to the restaurant and moon the whole restaurant, because they were so skin tight on me. They were so tight. He's like, are you gonna take those back? I was like, I don't know, they're kind of like motivation jeans, kind of. But anyway, they're so skin tight. I just need to take them back. And maybe get a size that actually fits. So, I mean, they were like my waist size. Don't you hate that when it's like your waist size and everything? I didn't try them on because I was like just trying to, we wanted to spend as much time in the hotel as possible, since we were just having it for one night. And so, went over there, and like Alex had, you know, got in the room and fixed it up and stuff. So I came over there, and, yeah, it was nice, and we just, you know, hung out in the room and all that. And then we, like, took showers and got ready. Oh, we watched, I took a nap for, like, 40 minutes and kind of fell asleep while watching Spider-Man. I've never watched that, and I have a friend of mine that, like, reads all those Marvel comics, and it was, like, the first Spider-Man. And Alex has seen all of them. And I was like, this is actually really good. And Alex was like, all of the Spider-Man movies are good. And, so I like watched that and fell asleep just for a little bit, and then got up and took showers, and then we went downstairs where that little bar was that I showed you, and you couldn't actually go in and sit at the bar because of COVID. They had it all closed off. But you could order a drink, like, at the, like, the restaurant, like, reception area. Not reception, but, like, the restaurant check-in area there. So you could go in there and ask, like, order a drink there, then they brought it out to you. So we sat on that couch, and there was, like, one other couple out there while we were out there. And it was nice. We sat there for, like, a half an hour and just kind of talked, and it kind of felt like we were in another city for a little bit. And we were in Dallas last year for Valentine's Day for our friend's wedding. And, so yeah, it was really fun. And then we went to we walked across, like, it's these two big buildings, and one is the Ironworks apartments. They're actually apartments that look like that. And then the building that we were in was the Ironworks Hotel, and it's like right next to each other. They're like two big like buildings that are right next to each other. And the one that we were in has Provision Steakhouse, which is the restaurant that I showed you guys. And then below, it has Blue Sushi, which is probably one of the best sushi restaurants I've ever been to in my life. And they have, like, we went there with another couple probably 3 months ago. Another couple that we're really good friends with. And they have, like, all of these vegetarian options. It's amazing. And so they have that, and then across the street they have Verde, which is this Mexican restaurant that Alex and I just went to with his mom like 2 weeks ago. And then they have Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and then they have Sangiove's, and then, which is an Italian restaurant. And then they have, my aunt used to love that restaurant. And then they have like little stores and stuff in there, and Pilates studio and hair salon. Oh, there's a brunch place too called Yoke. I've never been there, but Alex and Sarah go there sometimes. And I don't think I've ever been to Yoke. Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, it's cute over there. Like, if you were going to come to Indianapolis for the weekend and you just wanted, like, a getaway weekend, like, that would be a great place to stay, because there's, like, you know, 4 or 5 great restaurants right there, good brunch place, and then, like, literally down the street that you could take an Uber in 5 minutes, or you could just drive over if you wanted. I mean, it's not even 5 minutes down the street, it's 2 minutes down the street, is the Fashion Mall, which has, like, Saks and Nordstrom and North Face, Urban Outfitters, Warby Parker. I'm trying to think of all the stores. There's tons of stores in there. Louis Vuitton, Anthropologie. Is BCBG still in there? I can't remember. It has a movie theater that plays like more kind of like artsy movies. And then there's like good restaurants along there too. That's where like Cheesecake Factory is, Patachu, where we go to for brunch, Brew Burger. So I mean, if you're going to come for like, you just want to do like a little weekend getaway, that would be like a place that you could go. And that's all like 3 to 5 minutes from our house, which is awesome. So yeah, and then we went to Ruth Chris last night. We walked over there when Melissa and Jason got there. It was so cold outside last night. It's cold right now. It's 14 degrees. And we had dinner. I had a wedge salad with no bacon on it. It was humongous. It was so good. It might be like one of the best wedges I've ever had. I think the best wedge I ever had was, it didn't have any like little cherry tomatoes on it, which I love. I think the best wedge I've ever had was at District Tap here in Indianapolis, and it was like one of the first, I think it was the first time I ever had a wedge, because I didn't really know how to eat one. And then my friend sat there and she got a wedge and she like cut it up to make it look like, you know, just like a salad. So then I did the same thing. But I think some people eat like just a little bit at a time off of a wedge. I just cut it all up so it's like a big salad. And yeah, it's delicious. And then I got a baked potato. They were laughing because they were like, you have all these potato sides. I got a baked potato, and it was big. It was like this big. And I got everything on it except for, well, it didn't. I had like, I thought it was going to have like chives and all kinds of stuff on it, but it had butter and cheese on it. And I didn't like get any bacon or obviously anything on it because I'm a vegetarian. But, and then Alex, we decided we were going to get 2 sides. Our waitress was fantastic too. She was so good. We decided we were going to get 2 sides and then split them. So I got my baked potato. That was like my meal. And then I got French fries. Our French fries, you guys, these like, they were like this skinny, you know, spaghetti French fries. They were like, the plate was like this big. They were so good. And then Alex got garlic mashed potatoes and asparagus. He ate all of his asparagus. I didn't. I like asparagus, but I just wasn't in the mood for it last night. And then he got a big filet, and he had a glass of wine. I think he had 2 glasses of wine, maybe, I don't know. Then Melissa, she had a Caesar salad. Alex had a Caesar salad. Jason had a Caesar salad. I think they all 3 had. Maybe Melissa had a chopped salad, I don't remember. But Melissa got a filet, and then it had like 3 pieces of shrimp on top of it. It's called something, I don't know what it's called. And then Jason got a filet as well. But that was fun. It was really nice, and it was kind of a romantic little dinner. It was fun, and we sat there for probably 2 hours, and then we went back to the hotel room, and we were both so full, and Alex was so tired, so we laid in bed and just cuddled and stuff and watched. Ghostbusters was on American Movie Channel. They were doing like a Bill Murray day, and so it was Ghostbusters 1 and 2. We watched the end of Ghostbusters 1 and the beginning of Ghostbusters 2, and then Alex went to sleep, and I got in bed with my iPad and watched the first 2 episodes of Hell in the Heartland on HBO Max, which is the documentary of the book Hell in the Heartland that we're reading by Jax Miller. I was actually just messaging her. We were talking back and forth. The documentary is so good. Like I said, it's on HBO Max if you're looking for it. And you might be able to find it some other places because it was on CNN first. And she's in it. She's like a huge... It's like, the documentary is about her. It's about... I mean, it's not about her, but it's about her, like, investigation into the case of finding Ashley Freeman and Lori Bible. And it's really cool reading the book and having interacted with her, you know, in DMs and on Twitter and stuff like that. And then seeing her in the documentary. It's, like, really cool. But it was kind of weird watching that on, like, the anniversary of, I think it was the 4-year anniversary yesterday, of the Delphi case in Indiana. I have to tell you, the Delphi case is interesting to me because I've always, like, been in, like, the case is, first of all, extremely sad and tragic. If you don't know what the Delphi case is, the Delphi case is about these 2 girls from Delphi, Indiana. I think they were 13 and 14. And, like, good girls, and they're from, like, this small town, and they were, like, really involved in athletics and stuff, and they decided that they were going to go out on, their sister, this one girl's sister dropped them off to go into this, like, woods area, park, which was, like, people just assumed it was really safe, small town. It's also called the Snapchat murders, I guess. I didn't know that until recently, but I think that was when I saw Kendall Ray's video. I hadn't heard it called that. But in Indiana here, you see it on the news, and I don't remember them calling it that on, like, the news here. But, I'm gonna drive to this Bath and Body Works. I keep on calling it Bath and Body Works. What is it called? Is that what it's called? White Barn Candle Company? What is it called? I don't remember. But anyway, I'm just gonna see, and if it's not busy, I'll go in. But it's so, the snow is so pretty here. But anyway, the reason they call it the Snapchat murders is because the one girl was, like, taking footage on her Snapchat of, like, them being out there on this railroad tracks that go over this, like, this ravine, this huge ravine, and then like, valley area, and then it's beautiful out there, but it's, like, scary too. And actually Delphi is like an hour and a half from, I mean, maybe not even that far from where I'm at. Like, right now it's probably an hour and 15 minutes. So, they take video of this guy that they see, and they're talking about somebody following them. And then they also have police footage on the phone of somebody saying to them down the hill. Well, then the next day they found their bodies. They don't know how they were killed. They haven't released any of that information. The police have been really closed-lipped about everything. Closed-mouthed about everything. And aren't saying anything. So the whole thing is very, very interesting. And just tragic and sad. Absolutely tragic and sad. The cases kind of remind me of each other a little bit. This Hell in the Heartland, like, so if you don't know what it's about this husband and wife, Danny and Kathy Freeman, that live in this, like, trailer on this farmland out in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma, Welch, Oklahoma. And I think it's December 30th of 1999. Their trailer catches on fire, burns literally down to the ground. And, the first day, they find the body of the wife, Kathy Freeman, but they found that she is been shot in the back of the head with a rifle. That's how she was killed, actually, first. They don't find Danny's body until the next day, and the way they find it is the one girl's parents, who, like, will not back down from finding out the truth, which I love about them. Laureen and Jay Bible, who is Laura's mom and dad, they go out there because the police they look over the site for like 8 hours and then just like hand it over. They're like done with the investigation. It's like, you want to talk about police corruption and being botched. I mean, all of these cases, there's just a consistency of police corruption and just these, it's just unreal to me with these cases. I mean, you want to watch a true crime case? Well, I mean, that's not necessarily true. There's some true crime cases where like the police were like the Golden State Killer, Zodiac Killer, Night Stalker. I mean, like, the police were really, I mean, when you read those, John Wayne Gacy, I mean, the police were really, really involved in those cases and trying to bring justice to what happened. But then you read cases like this, and it's just like, it's not even so much about police corruption, it's just that, like, the police have just, like, totally screwed up the investigation. It's, like, so messed up. And it's like, so they hand it over. Well, I mean, and the police are implicated in this whole situation as well. Because Danny said, thank you. Danny said before he passed away, he told his stepbrother, if something happens to me, go to the Craig County Police Department. They're the ones that have something to do with this. And so people, but their son had also been shot and killed by a police officer a year before. I mean, it just gets so deep. So then the girls, they can't, so the next day, Laureen and Jay are out there, Lori Bible's parents, looking for her, because they want to make sure that there's no remains of hers or anything out there so that they can completely rule it out. And they're walking in the rubble of the fire that the police and the Oklahoma Federal Bureau of Investigation have said, there's nothing else out here. We searched, we did everything. And they literally walk over the body of Danny Freeman. Like, on his chest, I can see, like, footprints of, like, this is not in the book, I don't think, but this was in the documentary they talked about. And the documentary is really interesting because you can put faces and, like, to all the names and hear them talking, and you get to see video footage of, like, the girls and stuff. But they look down and they literally see, like, the footprints of where people, like, the day before, the investigators and the detectives have been walking over Danny Freeman's chest. Like, can you even imagine? But then it gets in this whole thing about where the girls are, and it goes into this whole deal about, like, methamphetamine manufacturing and dealing and things like that. And it's like, it gets really dark really quick. And they're talking about this party that happened on New Year's Eve that the girls were possibly at. And you guys, it's a lot, but it's really good. Mel picked a great book this month for us to read. I mean, as far as the true crime book, it's just like, Jax Miller is a phenomenal writer. I wanted to read her other book that she wrote. But I looked up the reviews and it won like an award and then it got bad reviews. I was like, well, this is weird. Why did it get bad reviews? So anyway. Where is my Sol de Janeiro lip gloss? I just put it back in here. I feel like everybody I pass is like picking their nose. Pick a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ha, I found it. You know, they say we're supposed to get 8 to 11 more inches of snow. We probably won't get any snow. This is when it's fun to go to the grocery store because everybody buys like all the milk and eggs and bread, which always cracks me up because I'm like, you literally could like, there's a grocery store in Indianapolis or a convenience store like on every corner, unless you live way out in the middle of nowhere, which like nobody does, you know. If we get this snow like this tonight, I don't think we've had snow like this in years. Texas, you guys, did you hear that like their like power lines are down everywhere, shut off, and a lot of people don't have electricity? For you guys in Texas, I hope you're staying safe. Thinking of you. It's scary. It's like spitting snow, but not like really a whole lot. So yeah, we had a great Valentine's Day. I did lay in bed though last night and I did eat. You guys, it's so bad. I ate a bunch of Swedish fish, candy, jelly candies, and then I ate, Melissa gave us each a box of like a heart-shaped box that was like this big. I think it had like 8 chocolates in it each, maybe 6 or 8. Russell Stover's, I ate that whole thing. I ate a whole bag of peanut M&Ms and I had a Diet Coke. Well, half of a Diet Coke and a little coffee cup. That's what I did. And it was so fun, too, because I could, like, see the people driving down on the street, and Alex was asleep. And it was kind of so scary and stuff. I love staying in hotel rooms. I absolutely love it. People there were so nice, too, that worked there. Look at this Starbucks. I didn't know that there was a drive-through Starbucks right here. I should do a review since I'm right here, but I probably won't. I don't know what I would do a review of. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna film a couple videos. And the bed's kind of made already, but I'm gonna make it like real nice and cozy for tonight. And Alex woke me up like 15 times last night. He was like, babe, you are snoring so loud. I don't know what it is, but when we stay in hotels, I always snore really, really loud. I don't know what it is. I was like, babe, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm snoring so loud. He was like, I don't either. He was like, but you're snoring so loud. We usually try to, like, in hotels, sleep on the same side. But because the plug for the fan was on the other side, I slept on that side of the bed, which is, I don't usually sleep over there. And that may have, like, messed me up a little. I know that sounds stupid, but it may have messed me up a little bit. Are there any other stores I want to go in here? Oh, this Bed Bath & Beyond is still open. Oh, I thought they had all closed down. Are there any other stores I want to go into while I'm here? I don't even know Houlihan's was around anymore. I used to go to Houlihan's back in the day with my friends in high school. They had the best chicken fingers. The snow is starting to come down. There's nobody in this mall today. Like, it's dead completely. I was kind of thinking, since it was President's Day, because I was pretty sure it was, I was like, well, maybe they'll have like a candle sale or something. Is that stupid? Bath and Body Works, that's what it's called. My husband finally got his Oh, there's hardly anybody in there. He finally got his Doc Marten platform boots. He had to, they're not letting anybody in. Somebody just walked up there and let me ask her what she said. Excuse me, miss. Are you guys open? Okay, thank you. All the stores? Okay, thank you. All the stores in the state are open. All the stores in the state are closing early because of the weather. Oh well. I guess it's gonna be bad. Well, maybe I'll go stop by now and see if Tony wants to get a fountain pop, even though I just got my coffee. Okay, no candles for us at Bath and Body Works, I guess. Maybe I should go to the grocery store and get something for dinner for tonight. I didn't even think about it, but I don't really want to go to the grocery store when it's going to be so packed, you know what I mean? Do I have anything at home? I have mac and cheese, and I have peanut butter, and I have bread, so I can make that for dinner. And then I think we have a couple frozen pizzas. I bet school's going to be out tomorrow. I love this Chewy's restaurant. They have like the best dips and stuff. Do 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 do. When I was a little kid, we used to get a lot of snow days, like when I was little. Not little, but like when I was in like elementary school, 1st through 5th. We would get a lot of snow days. And like, we would play outside. I mean, we got like tons and tons and tons of snow. And we would play outside. And we would, you know, make not just snowmen, but like we would make snowmen, but then we would like, make snow forts and stuff. And we would go, so I had a creek behind my house because we have like the woods behind us. And so we would like go on the creek because it would be frozen over, and we would like walk and walk and walk and like kind of ice skate on this creek and stuff like that. It was probably really dangerous in retrospect now that I look at it. But we would do that forever, and we would walk through these creeks. It was so pretty. I just remember like walking through the woods, and it was so still and so silent and so pretty. You know, isn't it funny how, like, I was like just looking over here at this like snow drifting. It's like drifting over this like snow bank into the street. And it's funny how you like take stuff like that for granted, you know? It's like, I grew up with this gorgeous woods behind my house and this creek, and you know, we were always like, our parents were not big on us staying inside and playing video games. I mean, I did, you know, like at night and stuff like that. I mean, I really was never, I think that's to this day why I'm not like big into video games. Because like our parents were just like really not big into that. They were like, if it's, I mean, in the summer it was like, if it's nice, you're outside. Like you need to be outside playing, you know? And in the winter we would be too. And then I can remember we would come inside, and then my mom, you know, would make, like we would go to somebody's house. I can remember taking our coats and hats and mittens and everything off. And do you remember like it would hang like in the, you know, the hallway, and it would just like drip on the floor. And then you had rosy cheeks and your socks would be wet, you know, from, do you remember those snow, like those moon boots you would wear, and your feet would be soaking wet because they'd gotten snow inside. And, but I remember, you know, going to somebody's, I remember this one my one friend in the neighborhood when I had friends, like just a neighbor friend, you know, when I was little. His mom used to make, we had a sister too, but his mom used to make these hot dogs and these hot dog buns that were so good. They were almost kind of sweet. They were like harder than a regular hot dog bun, and they were kind of sweet. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, I would love to find those hot dog buns today. They were so good, and I loved them. And I remember, like, we always just had like plastic plates or paper plates, but she also had like those, they were kind of like, not wood, but like wicker or whatever, not wicker, but you know what I'm talking about, where it's like you put the plate in the thing and it was fancier. So yeah, but my mom would make like tomato soup and grilled cheese sandwiches, or, you know, like, we would do all that. I remember one year, I don't remember why, I just remember this with my one friend Jessie, whose mom was like my mom's best friend on the street. I don't know why I remember this. It stopped, and I was telling a story, I don't know where it ended, but I don't know why I remember just one friend that I was hanging out with that year. I think maybe we were like the only ones on the street at that time or something, but I used to always think it was like the blizzard of 78 or 77 or whatever, but if that were the case, I think I looked it up one year and it was like the blizzard of 76, which means I would have been 4, and we didn't move into that house till I was 5, which would have been 77. But it was one of the first years that we were in there, so I feel like I was a little bit older than that, so like maybe 8 or 9, 7 or 8 maybe, or 9. And we were out of school for 2 weeks. I remember it was like, we did not go to school for like almost 2 weeks, or over 2 weeks. And we got like feet of snow. And maybe that's part of why I like the snow like that, because it reminds me of when I was a little kid. But they pushed all of the snow, like when they came and like plowed the snow in our street, they pushed it up so it was like mounds in front of our driveway that were like 4 feet high. And I remember my mom never, like, she wasn't going anywhere, so she didn't. Now this would be a reason to have to get milk and eggs and, you know, bread and all that kind of stuff, because you couldn't get out. I mean, you literally couldn't leave your house. And I remember our driveway completely iced over. Not our driveway, the street. Well, our driveway probably too, but like the street iced over, and it was like this much ice, and we were in the cul-de-sac. And I remember my friend Jessie across the street, she and we would stay out there till like, our parents would let us till like late, till like 9 or 10, and because it was just us. And I remember we would ice skate like on the street. Like, we put on our ice skates and skated on the street, which is crazy when I think about that. Her mom was so cool. Her mom was a decorator, and she was really good friends with my mom, and she would always have like, she would have me and this other, so it was like me and my friends Jessie and Katie. And so Jessie's mom, who was like my mom's really good friend, she would have us over, me and Katie, over for dinner, and she would always have like really kind of like cool dinners. Like, I mean, that, like, you know, you go over to like, when you're in that age, to somebody's house, and you have like, you know, Taco Tuesdays, or they have like a little taco bar, you know, or they'll order pizzas or make homemade pizza. My mom always got tombstones. I always thought, like, when I go over to other people's houses, my mom would be like, do you want to get a pizza? And that meant like a tombstone pizza, you know, from the grocery store. Then I started going over to other people's houses later, and they'd order like Pizza Hut, and I always thought my mom was so cheap. I didn't understand. But anyway, we would go over to Jessie's house, and her mom would make like fondue and stuff, and like really cool, like fondue. What else did she make? Really cool stuff. But we did like, I remember one time we did like chocolate fondue, and she always had really cool stuff. They had a boat in the Bahamas, like a fishing, deep sea fishing boat that had like, but it was really nice. It had like 3-bedroom cabins and stuff in it. And one year I went somewhere with my dad for spring break, and my mom went down there with them, and she had such a great time. My mom, it was like the year that my dad and my mom got divorced, and my mom, like, she used to talk about it. What'd she call it? traumatic weight loss, I think is what she called it. My mom went from like a size 10 to like a size 1 or 2, like literally in 6 months. And she was just so devastated from the divorce and everything. And she was always so proud of herself in those pictures, because my mom at the time would have been about 35 or 36, and she was like in a bikini and had her hair, you know, back and little, and she's got all these cute pictures of her. Of course, every picture she's got like a big beer in her hand or whatever, sitting off the side of the boat, you know, fishing and whatever, with like a bandana in her hair. My mom was cool. She was so cool. But anyway, I don't know why that makes her cool, but I can just see the picture in my head. I should find the pictures and show them to you. They were really cool. She had such a good time. She was like, oh, we had so much fun. That was before like Atlantis and everything was down, you know, in the Bahamas, and it wasn't like as built up as it is now. But anyway. And they were down there for like a long time too, like 10 days or 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks or something like that. My mom just had such a blast. My mom was so afraid to fly. That was like one of the only trips she ever took like that in her life. I always wanted to take her someplace. My mom would have really enjoyed, like, you know, I always wanted to take her to like a really nice all-inclusive, because my mom would have just loved of every day getting up and going to breakfast and ordering like a special omelet or a smoothie, and, you know, having as much room service to her room that she wanted, and as many like, you know, virgin cocktails. My mom would have died. She would have loved that. Like, she is the person that like she would have absolutely just loved like an all-inclusive, and I always wanted to take her to that, and she was so scared to fly that it just was never going to happen. Can we just look at what the truck just did to me? Just threw up all of that on him. Oh no, ma'am. That truck just pooped snow all over me. Can you even believe it? I can't believe that that just happened. I should call Tanya Jane, see if she wants to get a fountain pot. She probably won't answer.
Hello?
Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen.
I can't believe they're not looking at girls.
What, are you watching Hell in the Heartland?
Oh my god.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Hey, do you want a fountain pop? I'm about to drive by your house. Come on. Oh, I'm gonna stop by and say hi. I'm gonna stop by and say hi. Okay, bye. She's watching Hell in the Heartland. She doesn't want a fountain pop because she's got to go to the kennel here in a little bit. And she's cleaning. She's always cleaning. So here's the deal. I'm going to stop by. I tell her I'm going to stop by just to say hi. But really what that means is I'll be like, come on, girl, let's go get a fountain pop. And then she'll go with me to get a fountain pop. It's called Sneakery of the World. It's called Sneakery of the World. I'll be like, come on, Tanya, you know we're not going to be able to go later to get a fountain pop because it's going to snow so much. And she'll go, okay, I guess. Because really she'll want a fountain pop. And then you know what? After our literature meeting, because I'm going to be over there, because I'm going to be at the kennel. We're going to do it at the kennel. I'm going to, because if I don't, I'll probably end up skipping it because I'll be like, oh, it's such a nice night just to get Maggiano's DoorDash. And Alex and I still haven't watched RuPaul yet. So I'll sit there and I'll be like, no, I don't want to watch. Oh my God, did you guys watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Well, so that's what I'll have to do is go over there so that I make sure I do the literature meeting. But I am excited. I love my literature meeting. I always am like before, like the day of it, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I don't want to do it. And then after I do it, I'm like, oh my God, I love my literature meeting. It's the greatest thing in the entire world. I love my women in there. They're so fun. I mean, we're such a close-knit group. There's like 6 or 7 of us, you know, and so it's so fun. It started bigger, but like a couple people dropped out, which I mean, I'm still close with them too, but a couple people dropped out. And So it's down to like, I guess there's 6 of us. I think me, Tanya. There's 6 of us, yeah. And we're like the core group that started, and so it's really nice. We're actually getting ready to, I'm gonna have to roll down that window because that is gross. We're actually getting ready to finish a book. Oh my God, none of it came off. Look at that, that did not work. But anyway, we're getting ready to finish the book that we've been reading, and we're getting ready to start another recovery piece of literature, which is fun and exciting. And not only that, but like, so in recovery, there are like literature meetings that you can go to where they read, you know, from like whatever literature every week. Some of it goes in a row, some of it just goes, you go and they randomly pick something that week. But what's really nice about this is, especially since it's a workshop, which means it's not like a sanctioned meeting, is that we just kind of hang out, we all talk. Okay, like there's like this saying in meetings that you don't crosstalk, and cross-talking means you don't talk directly to somebody. So I wouldn't look like right at Judy Smith and say, well, what you should do. Like, I think that's a misconception that people have in recovery. We don't do that. We only share our experience, strength, and hope. So you don't look at somebody and give them a suggestion. You don't look at somebody and tell them what they should do, or this, you know, you would just say, like, if somebody brought up relapsing or whatever, you know, I'd say, well, this is my experience with relapsing and this is what worked for me. But you don't look at somebody and tell them that. What's kind of fun in the workshop is, because there's no rules, it's not sanctioned meeting, is that, like, well, first of all, for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, we just shoot the SHI to it, you know what I mean? We just look at each other on the Zoom. It's because it's on a Zoom call, and like, you know, just like our one friend got a dog this week, so she'll be talking all about that. And you know, we just like joke with each other and ask, like, one of our friends lives in Florida, so we'll be asking her about the weather. We always do. And like, you know, how are the meetings down there? Because she moved down there not too long ago. So it's just fun. It's kind of like we hang out and stuff. And, but like if one of us, so you go through the literature, but like we're reading literally every word of the literature. So we're going through, so you're learning the literature again, because it's literature I've already read. Well, most of it. The next book I haven't read. So it's all recovery literature that is sanctioned. And sanctioned means that it's approved by the 12-step program. That's all it means. So like, I love Melody Beatty's Codependent No More, but I would not mention that book in a meeting. I would say outside literature, because it's outside of a 12-step program. It's not sanctioned by the 12-step program. Does that make sense? So what's nice is that we're getting to read the literature, getting to know the literature, because you're sitting there listening to it. It's like a Bible study almost, kind of. But then each person shares their experience with what we just read. So it's like you get to hear the literature, but then 6 stories or 5 other stories besides your own on top of that about that experience. So anyway, I'll be happy once I go to the meeting tonight. I always have such a great time. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna get off here now, and I'm gonna stop by Tanya Jean's, and then I'm gonna go home and make a few videos. So I love you guys, and I hope you had an amazing Valentine's Day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.